Wayne is on the line. Wayne, good morning. Welcome on in.
What you got, Wayne?
Kevin, Clay, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All our Celtics fan condolences.
Yes.
Yeah, so we should be playing funeral music here this morning,
Flowers,
I think.
bridge
Yeah.
flowers for throw the grave.
That was not the outcome I was looking forward to, but I still call me crazy. I still would like to bring this team back. I think with this off season, with this bitter taste in our mouths, these guys will be primed to do some good stuff again next season. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's a good idea in spirit, Wayne. I think the problem is if you look at all the money that the Celtics have lined up to pay Tatum, to pay Brown, even to pay Drew Holiday and Derek White, I just don't know financially if the Celtics can afford to do that. Now, if you look at some of the unrestricted free agents this year coming up for the Celtics, Al Horford and Luke Cornett. Now, I love Al Horford. I think Al Horford has contributed so much to the Celtics in both his first stint and now especially in his second stint. And he said for many years how much he's wanted to win an NBA championship, and he finally was able to do that with the Boston Celtics. Now, the question is, in Al Horford at his stage in his career, do you come back? How much do you have left in the tank? And is Brad Stevens willing to pay you a significant amount of money to come back for a year or two? And with all the commitments that they have financially, as I mentioned, I keep harkening back on that because just where the Celtics are, I'm not sure realistically, not from so much from a financial standpoint, but also from realistic basketball standpoint, if bringing back Al Horford fits the Celtics' need. And so I think the Celtics are going to have to face a real grim, realistic outlook here, Wayne, in the offseason here. And I do expect a trade to occur, whether that is Kristaps Porzingis, whether that is maybe Drew Holiday. I don't think they would go as drastic and trade someone like Derek White. But at this point, I think with the way Tatum's going to be out for a little bit, I don't think personally the Celtics are going to run it back as much as we'd like to.
I don't know if they can run it back either because from what we hear is they are way over this luxury tax or whatever the tax they call it. And they can't afford to pay the penalty that's going to be levied on them if they stay at this level. So I don't know if they can bring them back, Wayne. I really don't.
Well, I beg to differ. I mean, the team is valued at $6.1 billion. And this gentleman, I don't know, although I do not know him, he did not shy away from that figure. I think he's got people in line that they could probably absorb those taxes. But I would like to see Al in an advisory role. I like to see Cornette in the starting position. Maybe KP comes off the bench now. I still like Hauser and Pritchard, and I would like to run it back with these guys. I think this off season they're going to have a miserable summer.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think they can wait to get back to righting the ship. I still think the coaches is valuable. I still think Al has a lot of value for this team still. I like roll the dice and bring the band back.
Well,
Even at 39, you would bring him back at 39 years old.
Yeah, I think we can maybe alter his role instead of having Staten all just. We know the value that he brings. Maybe having come in. I hate the word load management, but maybe something to that caliber for him. He has some valuable, and the guy knows he won in college. He's won in the pros, so there's some value to him. A lot of value.
You're going to do a Udonis Haslem for Al Horford. Just have him sitting on the bench.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. The culture. Train the new people coming in and what it means to be wear that uniform and that Celtics on your chest. So
we'll see if they can afford it.
Well, $6.1 billion. I don't think this guy. We're not worried about this guy having
that's above my comprehension level. I have no idea what's going on at $6.1 billion. I mean, I would have trouble thinking about $6.1 million, but we'll see.
And then again, just to double down on that. This man lined people up, so he has people and willing to open up their checkbooks because no one said, "Hey man, this is crazy. Why are you doing that?" No one said to him, "No, this team has value. This see the value in this team, and I'm sure he have a lot more investors that are willing to pony up some more money. I don't think we ought to be afraid now. I just think we ought to just double down and let's get it done.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what happens, Wayne. As we mentioned, it's going to be a very grim offseason and a long summer, I think, for the Boston Celtics, in particular Brad Stevens. But in Brad, we trust, I think, as the saying goes. And
have no choice right now.
He's proven himself to be a very effective, I think, president of basketball operations, more so than maybe as he was head coach. And it's working. And I'm confident Brad Stevens will figure something out, and he'll be creative in doing so. And I would hope that when we see the Celtics next year, that a lot of the remaining players, a lot of these core players continue to remain in a Celtics uniform going forward. But wouldn't be surprised if we see a significant trade, perhaps, that the Celtics end up swinging.